We'll discuss the exercise question of the direction test chapter. Question number 1.
North.
North.
One starts from a point A and walks 1 kilometer.
North.
Starts from a point and walks 1 kilometer towards south. Then turns left and walks 1 kilometer. He then turns left and walks 1 kilometer. Which direction is he facing? No. Yes. Question number 2. Answer.
North.
North.
Suresh starts from a point, walks 2 miles towards south. Starting point, 2 miles towards south. Turns right
Ma'am,
and yes.
in the previous question, we are saying that he is facing towards north with respect to.
No, they
Starting-
did not said any with respect to
So how are we telling that it is north, ma'am?
north, south, east, west.
Okay, ma'am. Simply
Walking upwards, so no. If it will be walking downwards, it's south.
okay, ma'am.
Question number 2. Moves downward, then turned right and walked 1.5 miles. Then turned left and walks half miles. And he was walking here and then he turned back. If he turned back, he is facing north.
North.
Earlier facing south. Then he turned back, so he is now facing north. Clear? Online clear?
Yes,
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Question number 3. Answer.
Boy, south.
North.
A man starts from a point, walks 4 miles towards north. Starting point, 4 miles towards north. Turns left and walks 6 miles. Turns right and walks for 3 miles, lesser than the earlier. Again, turn 3 miles. Again turned right and walked 4 miles. Taking rest for 30 minutes, gets up and walks straight 2 miles. So he has reached the exact same point. This is in total 6. Then turns right and walks 1 mile. Which direction is he now facing? Downwards. That's south.
South.
Clear?
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Online, any doubt?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Question number 4.
East.
Starts from a point A, walk 10 kilometer east to a point B, then turned north and walked 3 kilometer to point C, then turned west, that is left, and walked 12 kilometer. 2 kilometers more to point D, then turned south, that means downwards, and walked 5 kilometer to point E. 5 or 3?
Ma'am, it's 3. 3, ma'am.
3. Kilometers. So in comparison to the initial, the person is in the west side.
Yes,
This is
ma'am.
the final point.
Yes.
Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Question number 5.
Ma'am, can you scroll up?
South. South.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. A starts from a point, walks 5 kilometers north, then turns left and walks 3 kilometers. Then again turns left and walks 5. Same length. This is the starting point. This is the final point. Point out the direction in which he is going now. He is going downwards. So he is
South.
going in the southern side. Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone clear online?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Anvanda, Anushri, Akshit, Hema.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Question number 6.
North.
A rat turns 20 kilometers east. Suppose starting from here, starting point, 20 kilometers east. Then turns right and 10 kilometers. Then turns right and 9 kilometers. Then turns to the left and runs 5 kilometers. Then turns to left 9 and 12. And finally turns to left and runs 6 kilometers. Which direction is the rat now facing? Upwards? So north. Online?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Question number 7.
East.
A driver left his village and drove north for 20 kilometers. Starting point. Drove north for 20. After which he stopped for breakfast. Then he turned left and drove another 30. Stopped for lunch. After some rest, he turned left and drove 20. Same direction. Here. Evening tea. Once more he turned left and drove 30. He's back to the starting point. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
After evening tea, this was evening tea. In which direction did he move? Eastern
East.
side. He moved in the eastern side. Clear?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
Yes,
Question number 8. Answer.
North.
A man is facing east. The man is looking in the right side. He turns left from here. If he is looking here and he turned left, that means he is looking in the northern side now. He was earlier looking in the eastern side. Then he turned left. That means he is now looking in the northern side. And goes 10 meters. Turns right and goes 5. Then goes 5 meters to the south. Halfway. From there, 5 meters to the west. Reached here. Final point. In which direction is he from the original place? This was the original place. The final point is in upwards. That means the final point is on the northern side of the starting point. The final point is on the northern side of the starting point. Yes. Online?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Clear,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
9.
Northwest.
Okay. From her home, Prerna wishes to go to school. From home, she goes towards north. Suppose this is home. She goes north, turns left, then turns right, finally turns left, and reaches school. If here I draw the compass, north, south, east, and west, which direction will it be? Northwest? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone clear? Any doubts?
No doubt, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
I'll need response from everyone. I'm only hearing response from 3-4 students. Rest of the students.
Understood, ma'am.
Question number 10.
East.
A child walks 25 feet towards north. Starting 25 feet. Turns right and walks 40. Then turns right again and walks 45. He then turns left and walks 20. Turns left. He turns left again and walks 20. See, remember, here. This is 25, so below it's 20. So I've reached here. Agree? Finally turns to his left to walk another 20. So he's standing here now. This is 20. In which direction is the child from the starting point? East. This is the final point. This is the starting point. The final point is on the eastern side of the starting point. The final point is on the eastern side of the starting point. Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Next. Raju facing north. Online, I did not get an answer for this question from you.
Southeast.
Southwest.
Okay. Raju facing north, looking upwards, moves 20 kilometers. This is the starting point. Then he turned to his right and moves 20. Then he moves 10 kilometers in northeast. Then he turned to his right, 90 degree, remember? And moves 20. Then he turned to his right and moves 20. And then he turned to his right and moves 20. Sorry. And move 20. In which direction is Raju now facing? So here, east, south. So the final direction is from here. So southeast. Bharat? Online?
Clear,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Were you able to do the sums? Guys, you have to be able to do these topics. Next. 12.
West.
K is a
Yes,
place
ma'am.
which is located 2 kilometers away in the northwest direction from the capital P. Okay, one second. East, north, west, and south. Okay? So suppose this is P. K is a place located 2 kilometers in the northwest direction. This is K, 2 kilometers. Yes or no? R is another place that is located 2 kilometers away in the southwest from P. From P, question होगा. K है ना? This will be K. From K in the southwest direction. Here will be southwest direction. Yes. M is another place that is located 2 kilometers away. This is R. 2 kilometers away in the northwest direction, again upwards. And in the same level as K, M, and this is again 2. T is located another place that is located 2 kilometers away in the southwest direction. Same structure. This is T. In the same level. In which direction is T to P? T is on the left side of P. That is T is on the west side of P. T is on the west side of P. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I move forward? Next.
Southeast.
Everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Babu is Rahim's neighbor. Babu is Rahim's neighbor. His house is 200 meters away in the northwest direction. Okay. If this is the starting point, this will be Rahim then. And this is 200 meters. Now Joseph is Rahim. Joseph is Rahim's neighbor and his house is located 200 meters away in the southwest direction. They'll be in the same line. Joseph, 200 meters. Gopal is Joseph's neighbor and he stays 200 away in the southeast direction. Southeast here. This is Gopal. Same level. Roy is Gopal's neighbor and his house is located 200 meters away in the northeast direction. Parallelly move. 200. Where is the position of Roy's house in relation to Babu's? If I draw the compass here and now find out Roy in comparison to Babu, it will online it will be southeast.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
This is east and this is. Any doubts?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Everyone clear?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
14.
Ma'am, I have a doubt, ma'am.
Yes.
In the 13th question, the previous one, the first line is talking about Babu's house or Rahim's house, ma'am.
Babu is Rahim's neighbor and his means the first person.
Okay, ma'am. So,
Add and then you refer to the person, it's the first person. But if you write comma, you are talking about the second.
okay, ma'am.
Anyone else has any doubt till question number 14?
No, ma'am.
No, no.
Okay. A tourist drives 10 kilometers towards west. Starting point. 10 kilometers in the west side. Then turns to the left and takes a drive of 40. 4. He then drives towards east. Another 4 kilometers. Then turns to his right and drives 5 kilometers. Afterwards, he turned to his left and travels 6. See, he already traveled 4. Now he's traveling another 6. So he's just below the starting point. This is the final point. And it will be on the same level. Because earlier covered 4 kilometers, now covered 6 kilometers. So, with respect to the starting, the person is in the southern.
Yes,
The
ma'am.
finding is on the
Yes,
south
ma'am.
of the starting. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
ma'am.
15.
North.
North.
No.
A man, this is the starting point, started walking west. Turned right, then right again. Finally left. Which direction is he now walking? He's walking upwards, so he's walking in the northern side. He's walking upwards, so he's walking in the northern side. Yes?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
16.
North.
North.
One evening, Raja started to walk towards the sun. Evening. So west. Towards the sun, so the western side. After walking a while, he turned to his right and again to his right. After walking a while, he again turned right. In which direction is he facing? South.
Yes, ma'am.
Facing downwards, no? So he's facing south. Okay, see again. Raju started walking. Let's see. Raju started walking in the western side. Done towards the sun. Here. After walking a while, he turned to his right. So he turned right for the first time. Again to his right. He again turned right. After walking a while, he again turned right. Yes, he turned right. So he's walking downwards. So you all
Ma'am, the
said
book answer is wrong.
sorry.
Book back answer is wrong, ma'am.
It's wrong, ma'am.
They have written not, na? The answer is south.
Okay, ma'am.
The back answer they have written D, not. और पीछे आंसर हमको देख के बता तो फिर नॉट लिख दिया क्यों आपका तो नहीं हुआ फिर जो भी क्या आंसर है फॉर दिस क्वेश्चन ऑनलाइन किया
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
17
East.
East.
they are sitting in a circle so if I have the compass east north south and west A is facing southwest that means A has to be here. D is facing southeast. This side.
Ma'am, A is facing southwest, right? Or shouldn't it be on the opposite side?
Means
A is facing southwest. So shouldn't it be on the opposite side?
see, they haven't said, but it should be the question here means they're all looking outside the circle. They have their backs to each other.
So that we have to assume when it is not mentioned.
Yes. Well, it should have been mentioned, but since I've been doing this question from a lot, so I know that. Otherwise, it's a problem. It's an incomplete question. So this question, it should have been mentioned. They are looking outside. Otherwise, you won't think it that way. Usually, if nothing is mentioned, we look inwards. They're facing each other. In that case, the entire direction will change. For this question, I'm telling you that it should be outside. Okay. A is facing southwest, D is facing southeast. B and E are right opposite to A. So B is here and E will be here. C is equidistant between D and B. C is in here. Sorry, C. Equidistant. So which direction is C facing? C is looking outward. So C is facing east. Huh. If they would have been looking inward, then C will be on the west side. It has to be mentioned, not your fault. यूजुअली हम लोग अंदर ही देखते अगर मेंशन नहीं होता तो आपका गलती नहीं नहीं अगर आप लोग एक दूसरे को देख रहे हो तब तो यहाँ होना चाहिए था ना ये तब साउथ वेस्ट होता अगर आप पीठ के एक दूसरे को पीठ दिखा रहे हो तब तो नहीं है So this question is incomplete. It should be mentioned where they are looking. Clear online?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Write it in the book also. They have
Yes,
to look
ma'am.
outside. In the book also you mentioned that you have to look outside. Others will forget later. Can we move forward?
Yes.
Yes.
18. Answer.
South.
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 Starts from a point and rides 4 kilometers south. Turns left and rides 2 kilometers. Again turn to the right. So he is moving in the south. He is moving downwards. Any doubts till 18?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
19.
South.
South.
Okay. A man starts from a point, walks 8 kilometers towards north. Eight kilometers towards north. Turns right and walks 12 kilometers. Turns left and walks 7 kilometers. And then walks 20. Okay, he was walking above and then he turned back and walked 20. So he had walked 7. So he retraced it and walked 8 and 15 plus 5, 20. Till here, this part is 8 and now this is 5. So in total, it's 20. So walking downwards. 20 reached here. Turns right and walks 12 kilometers. Just below the starting point. So which direction is he from the starting point? If I make a compass here, it is in the south. Online?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Any doubts?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Next, the shadow question.
Eastern side.
Very famous question.
Eastern side.
Early in the morning, the shadow of Gol Gumbaz. In the morning, the shadow is on the west, the sun is on the east. So the shadow of Gol Gumbaz falls on. So the shadow of Gol Gumbaz will fall on the west side. So if it is falling on Barakaman, so it has to be on the western side of it. In the evening, the shadow falls on the eastern side. So if Barakaman's shadow falls on Gol Gumbaz, so Gol Gumbaz is on the eastern side. So in which direction is Gol Gumbaz to Barakaman? Gol Gumbaz is on the eastern side of Barakaman. Yes? Online clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
21.
South.
South, ma'am.
Okay. Ashok went 8 kilometers south, starting point. Then turned west and walked 3. Again, he turned north and walked 5. He took a final turn to east and walked 3. Standing here, final point. Which direction is Ashok from the starting point? Just below. Below means south. Below means south. Clear? Online clear?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Clear, ma'am.
22. This
West.
family question, it's not possible for me to explain. Imagine yourself doing it. That's the only thing I can ask. If X stands on his head with his face towards south, to which direction will his left hand point? If a person would have been standing here, looking in the north, this is your left and this is your right. But if the person is standing here, it becomes right and left. If again facing the same, now the person again turns, right? The face also turns. So then again, one more time it will turn. So his left will be in the west side.
Ma'am, I can't
You
understand.
have to imagine yourself. Imagine yourself right now. This person is looking upward in the northern side and standing straight. So left is on the west side, right is on the east side. Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Again, you're still facing north, but your head is below. Your head is below, you're still facing north. Your left and right will turn.
Yes,
See, you
ma'am.
were here. You just turned upside down. So left and right swaps, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Now you
ma'am.
again turn around and you face towards the southern side. Your face is now towards the southern side. So you're again taking a turn. So your left and right will again turn.
Yes, ma'am.
Again, your left comes to the west side.
Okay.
Here. Left, right. Turns. Left and right swaps. Now the person turns here. So again the left and right turns. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Why are we turning again?
First I took the face to down. But when I took it down, I was still facing in the northern side. Then I turned my face and I swam seeing at the back side, southern side. My face, my eyes and everything is in the eastern side, southern side. So one more time.
मैम मैंने क्या सोचा पता है that when I face towards south I'm looking at my shoes वैसे.
You're looking?
I'm looking at my shoes like I'm looking at my feet वैसे. फिर भी तो लॉजिक सेम ही होना.
लेकिन जब आप टर्न करोगे तब भी तो आप अपना पाँव देख ही सकते हैं. सो थोड़ा दिक्कत होता है. आप जब नीचे गया तो पाँव तो फिर भी ऊपर ही दिखेगा. पाँव तो साथ ही घूमेगा. सो पाँव तो नहीं चलेगा, सामने ही देखना पड़ेगा.
ठीक है मॉम.
Online, rest of the students, any doubt?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Question. It's a very common question in exam. (23)
South.
I drove east for 5 miles, starting point. Then drove north 3 miles. Then turned to my left and drove 2 miles. And again turned to my left. Downwards. So which direction am I now going? South. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes ma'am.
Similar question.
East.
East.
The earlier question, we turned twice. Here we have to turn only once. So it will be east. Yes? 25.
South. South.
A car traveling from south covers a distance of 8 kilometers. From south it's traveling. South से चल रहा है, चलेगा तो ऊपर. And then turns right and runs another 9. Again turn to the right and was stopped. What does it face now? South. Walks from the south and walking from below. So नीचे से अगर चल रहा है तो कहाँ ही जाएगा, ऊपर ही जाएगा. Online clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Anyone has any doubt whatsoever?
No, ma'am.
26.
North.
A taxi driver commenced his journey from a point, drove 10 kilometers. Sorry. Drove 10 kilometers towards north, turned to his left and drove another 5. After waiting to meet a friend, he turned to his right and continued to drive another 10. He has covered a distance of 25 kilometers so far. But in which direction would he be now? He's facing upwards, so he's in the northern side. वो साउथ में है, तो अब कहाँ जाएगा? साउथ में तो ऑलरेडी, और नीचे कहाँ जाएगा? ऊपर ही जाएगा. 27.
West.
Rest of the
East.
students, I need some of the voices I haven't heard. Quite a lot of the people, I haven't heard your voice. How does it sound like? If you don't mind saying a few words. What's the answer for 27?
East.
West.
West.
A walks 3 kilometers northwards, turns left and goes 2, turns left and goes 3. Same direction, same level. He turns right and walks straight. In which direction is he now walking? West.
Okay, ma'am.
What do you mistake, Lakshya?
I turned left by mistake.
Done?
Yes, ma'am.
28.
South.
A walks southeast. Then turns right. Then left. And then right. Which direction is he from the starting point? South? Below? If I draw here the compass, the person is below A. So southern side. Yes? Online?
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
29.
East.
A man starts from a point, walks 15 kilometers towards east, turns left and walks 10, turns right again and walks. Which direction is he now walking? East.
East.
Any problem?
No, ma'am.
30. Guys, if you want me to go slow or if you want to wait, let me know.
Ma'am,
Answer.
can you please explain the 28th questions?
Sorry, Manisha.
Can you please explain the 28th question once more?
This one.
Yes,
Here is
ma'am.
the final point and here is the starting point. So final point is just below the starting point. So if it is below, it is south.
Okay, ma'am.
30. क्या रचे? Which question?
Ma'am, 28.
बोलो. मैम सारा
साउथ
राइट.
ईस्ट किया पहले, फिर राइट किया, तो फिर लेफ्ट भी तो लिया, वापस क्यों राइट लिया?
वॉक साउथ ईस्ट, ये साउथ ईस्ट वाला हुआ. टर्न्स राइट,
उसके बाद तो लेफ्ट
टर्न्स
लिया ना वो।
राइट, देन टर्न्स लेफ्ट.
देन लेफ्ट देन राइट लिखा हुआ उसमें।
ए वॉक साउथ ईस्ट, टर्न्स राइट. लेफ्ट तो यही है.
वो फेस कर रहा है तो उस साइड उसका लेफ्ट, तो फिर उस
अब
साइड
इस
नहीं है।
डायरेक्शन में चल रहा है तो वही तो होगा. एक सेकंड. नहीं.
लेफ्ट तो फिर
सेम ही है. ठीक है. सॉरी, माय फॉल्ट. Manisha,
Yes, ma'am.
is it okay? It was my
Yes,
fault.
ma'am.
Rest of the students, guys, just don't say yes, yes. If I made a mistake, let me know. So yes, yes, करते रहते. See, when you write the answer, you should have the diagrams and everything with yourself. Don't only have carry A, B, C, D. How will you cross check? When you're writing it in the copy, I need to see when we're doing blood relation, I need to see the family tree. Don't just bring with yourself A, B, C, D. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I made a mistake, but I still got on the same answer. So sometimes that happens. 30. A boy starts walking towards west. After a while, he turns right and keeps walking for 20 minutes. Which direction is he now walking? What? North. Senseless question. है कहीं पे? खड़ी one.
West.
West.
I stand with my right hand extended sideways towards south. My right hand is in the southern side. So my face has to be here. This is my left hand. Towards which direction will my back be? West. I have to look to the eastern side for my hand to be in the southern side. Anna. So my back is in the west side. My back is in the west side. Online?
Yes, all got it.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
32.
East.
East.
A person moves 4 kilometers towards west. Turns right and moves 3 kilometers. Turns right and moves 6. Which is the direction in which he is now moving? East. He is moving in the eastern side. With respect to the starting point, if I would have asked, northeast. With respect to the starting point, the person would have been in the northeast direction. Agree?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I move forward? Any doubts?
No, ma'am.
No
30.
doubts, ma'am.
East.
East.
Mohan sees the rising sun behind the temple. The sun rises in the east. So temple back is east. So if this is the temple, here is the sunrise. So this is east. Here is the rising sun. And the setting sun behind the railway station. So this is the railway station. So the sun sets here. So this is west. Which direction of the temple what is the direction of the temple from the railway station? Temple is on the eastern side of the railway station. Temple is on the eastern side of the railway station. Yes? $34.
North.
One student. Only one student. Vamika is
North, ma'am.
Lakshman went 15 kilometers to north. This is the starting point. Then he turned west and covered 10. He then turned south and covered 5. Finally, turning to east, he covered 10. Standing here. Which direction is he from the house? This was the house. Agree? So the final point is on the northern side of the starting point. The final point is on the northern side of the starting point. Agree?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone online?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
35.
North.
Guys, it will feel
North,
so
ma'am.
good when everyone
North.
responds in the class. You all
North.
get I did not give
North.
a lesson, I give you an entire day to answer. I should be able to get everyone's voice. A man starts from a point, walks 4 miles north, turns to his right and walks 2 miles. Again turns to his right and walks 2 miles midway. Then turns to his right and walks 2 miles. Reaches back here. Na? This is the final point. So in which direction is he now from the starting point? North. He's just above the starting point, right above the starting point. 36.
East.
I started
East,
walking
ma'am.
down in the morning, facing the sun. So I'm walking in the eastern side. I'm walking in the eastern side. After waiting for some time, I turned to my left. So I turned here. And then I turned to my right. So I turned here. Which direction am I now going? East. I'm still going in the eastern side. Agree?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Everyone
ma'am.
like English खराब. 37.
South. South.
South.
Lakshmi was 2 kilometers north from her house. 2 kilometers. Took a turn to the left and continued to walk another 1 kilometer. Finally, she turned left and reached the school. Which direction is she facing now? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Any doubts? Yes? Hariharan, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
38.
South.
South.
South, ma'am.
South.
You're going straight, first eastwards. Then turn to the right. Then right again. And then left. You're moving downwards. So we are going in the southern side. We are going in the southern side.
Yeah.
Any problem?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
39.
East.
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 Emma travels north from his house. Then to his left. Then to south. Equal distances to reach Sohan's house. And this was Ahmed's house. They're in the same level. In which direction is Ahmed's house now? Ahmed is now on the eastern side of the final point. The starting point is on the eastern side of the final point, not the other way. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
40.
East.
Yes.
East.
Raja comes towards north.
East, ma'am.
1 second. One comes towards, your final answer is this, no? Turns right, then right again, and then go to left. He's going in the east. Good. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Till 40, anyone has any doubts?
No, ma'am.
No.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Non-math students, were you able to do the sums?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Rupa, start. 41 answer.
West.
West.
Rupa starts from a point and walks 15 meters towards west, turns left and walks 12, then turns right again and walks. What is the direction she is now facing? West. Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Again, the sun comes. A man starts his journey facing the sun. Facing the sun means the
East.
person is walking in the eastern side. He turns right and walks 2. He then walks 3 kilometers after turning right again. Which direction is he now facing?
West.
West.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
43.
Northwest.
Northwest.
Okay.
Northeast.
Walks 2 kilometers to the east. Starting point. Then turns northwest. And walks 3 kilometers. Then he turns south and walks 5 kilometers. Then he turns west and walks 2 kilometers. Finally, he turns north and walks 6. In which direction is he now from the starting point? Northwest.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Any doubt?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
44.
South.
South.
Sita starts from a point, walks 2 kilometers towards north, turns the right and walks 2 kilometers, turns right again and walks. She is now going downwards. She is now going in the south. She is now going south. Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
45.
East.
East.
Good. Starting point. Sham was facing east, walked 5 kilometers forward. Then after turning to his left, walked 4 kilometers. Walked 3. Book में left नहीं Okay, sorry. Was facing his walk 5 kilometers forward and after turning to his right, walked 3 kilometers. Again, he turned to his right and walked 4 kilometers. After then, he turned back. So he's now walking here. Which direction is he now facing? He's facing towards east. Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Any problem?
Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
46.
East.
East.
Raju is standing facing north, goes 30 meters ahead. Turns left, goes 20. Turns right and goes for 50. Finally turns to his right and walks. So he's walking in the eastern side.
Yes, ma'am.
Any doubt?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No.
47.
North.
No.
Sanmita starts
No.
from his house and walks 3 kilometers towards north, turns right and walks 2 kilometers, then turns right and walks 5, then turns right and walks 2, just below the house, and then again turns right and walks 2. So reach this house again. Which direction is he now facing? North. Where is he standing? At his house. He's standing at his house. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
48.
Southwest. Southwest.
Raju is Ramu's neighbor and he stays 100 meters away towards southeast. So here it's Ramu and Raju stays in the southeast direction. 100 meters away. Venu is here is Raju. Raju's neighbor and he stays 100 meters towards southwest. Back to the original line. Then Khader is Venu's neighbor and stays 100 meters away towards northwest. Upwards. Where is the position of Khader's home in relation to Ramu? Southwest.
Ma'am, can you explain this once again?
First of all, Raju was in the southeast direction of Ramu, 100 meters. Then with respect to Ramu, Venu was in the Venu is rather towards the southwest direction. So here, southwest.
Yes.
So they came in the same level. Then here, this is north and this is W. So Khader was in the northwest direction. So upwards. Now if I make the compass here, north, south, west. So it is in the southwest direction. Or with respect to original.
Yeah, ma'am. Understood.
Anyone else has any doubt?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
49.
West.
Ramesh walked 3 kilometers towards west. Turn to his left. Left or right? Left. Turn to his left and walk 2 kilometers. He then turned to his right and walked 3 kilometers. Finally, he turned to his right again and walked another 2 kilometers in the same level. In which direction is Ramesh from his starting point? Western side. This is the final point. Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
50.
West.
West.
Starting point. Deepa started walking north. After a while, turned to her right. After walking some distance, she turned to left. Walks a distance of 1 kilometer. She then turns to left. In which direction is she now moving? West? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
51.
West.
West.
Raman starts walking in the morning facing the sun. That means the person is walking in the eastern side. Sometime he turned to his left. Later again he turns to his left. So he's walking in the western side. Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
52.
North.
North.
Kamal start walking towards north. Turns left. Covers some distance. Then again right. And then turns left. Again west side. Yeah. My fault.
No, it should be right side.
My
Ita.
fault. He turns to his right. And then turns left. So north. Is it okay now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
53.
West.
X walks southwards, starting point. Turns right. Then left. Then right. Which direction is he now moving? West side? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
54.
South.
South.
A man started to walk east. After moving a distance, he turned to his right. Moving a distance, he turned to his right again. Moving a little, he turned in the end to his left. So he's now going in the southern side. Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Any doubts? Were you able
Yes.
to do the majority of the sums?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then that's it for direction test.